There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Spa-Francorchamps, GP, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The calm before the storm. I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't wait to see who comes out on top of this one.
Yoff, we'll be feeling confident starting from pole position. Gebhardt will begin the race from the second spot on the starting grid. Coming in at third, we have Patrick Schwanz. Sitting in fourth, it's Megasaurus 55.
It's like they're on the outside looking in. Can they make their way to the front of the pack?
Holding strong in fifth place is Sunrider.
The German driver will be focused on a good result from here.
The sixth starting position belongs to Lars Hamp, who will be looking to make up ground early on.
But sometimes the underdog can surprise you. Let's see what they've got in the tank.
From the middle of the pack, we have Jury Yu in 7th place on the starting grid.
But don't count them out yet. They've got the skills to pay the bills.
Mr. Bang is lining up 8th. Starting from the 9th position, Smells Like We will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. Lining up in 10th is Andreas Dittmann.
What can we expect from the German driver?
The race has begun, full throttle ahead. This first lap is crucial, as drivers need to establish their position early on.
This ain't their first rodeo. The best of them know how to saddle up and find that sweet spot, especially early on. But one wrong move, it's like spilling sweet tea on a white shirt.
The tension is palpable here. No longer want to make a crucial mistake in the first lap. Start for Sunrider, just filling out the track at Spa-Francorchamps, GP. Like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race.
What a beautiful day of racing here at Spa-Francorchamps. This is going to be good to watch.
Pack whilst they're still bunched up. The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. We can keep their cool and take advantage.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
Early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
I am so excited at the prospects for this race. I can't wait to see the drama unfold.
Look, it's not always the fireworks on track that win the race. Megasaurus 55 is playing it cool, holding their cards close. And Lars Hamp is having to make the Ford 911 RSR 2018 as wide as possible to try and keep Megasaurus 55 behind them. Hold your breath, folks. Lars Hamp is sandwiched between two relentless competitors, Megasaurus 55 0.1 seconds behind and Jury Yu 0.2 seconds ahead. They're fighting tooth and nail for every position.
No doubt about it, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind are like a constant reminder for Lars Hamp. They need to maintain their pace to defend their position and potentially make a move.
It's an intense battle for position as Megasaurus 55 tries to outmaneuver Jury Yu. This is edge of your seat racing. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Megasaurus 55 giving it some stick, pulling Jury U into a mere 0.3 seconds. Stone the crows. Megasaurus 55's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, fourth. Hey, Megasaurus 55, if Jury U gets any closer, you might need to pop the question. The last time I did that, she said, actually I can't tell you because of the court order.
The way Yord used chasing, you'd think Megasaurus 55 took the last piece of Grandma's apple pie. Which, for the record, I did once. Still got the scar.
The battle for 4 is heating up as Jury U tries to catch Megasaurus 55 in P4. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Patrick Schwanz is definitely living on the edge today.
Gee whiz, Megasaurus 55 is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Mr. Bang's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
Megasaurus 55 is following Mr. Bang so closely, they could start charging the rent for occupying the same space on the track.
Gebhardt wants to find a way round Patrick Schwanz.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
Whoa, Gebhardt's on fire, leaving skid marks and Patrick Schwanz's hopes behind.
Absolutely right. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and Gebhardt can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep driving with intensity and focus.
Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Patrick Schwanz is right on the heels of Gebhardt, and we're in for a wild ride. Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Mr. Bang. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. It's game on now. Megasaurus 55 has closed the gap to Mr. Bang. It's now down to 0.1 seconds.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
What a move. Megasaurus 55 has moved up to third. No room for error here. Gebhardt is breathing down the neck of Patrick Schwanz, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move. Buckle up. Mr. Bang is all over Megasaurus 55 like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. This race has turned into a game of cat and mouse. Gebhardt is the predator, with Patrick Schwanz firmly in their sights.
The stopwatch doesn't lie, and the shrinking gap is telling the tale of a hunter closing in on its prize.
Whoa there, Sunrider is sticking to YOV. Like glue. You reckon Yovi's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. Alright, hold your horses. Patrick Schwanz is really putting the heat on Andreas Didman. If I were Andreas Didman, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Fantastic move from Patrick Schwanz, who has just gained a position. Wow, Gebhardt is really pushing hard to catch up to Andreas Didman. There's one in the water for 8th place.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
The intensity was off the charts as Sunrider hounds YOV, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
It's a close race between YOV and Sunrider in first. Yovies, playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, Sunrider's just raring to go.
I reckon Yo's fiddling while Rome burns. Sunrider's out there shaking and baking, putting on a show for us.
Andreas Dittmann is placed 9th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Lars Hamp, who is 5.0 seconds behind.
Reckon Lars Hampa's starting to feel a bit like they're out in the outback. They can see the horizon, but it's a long way off. Good on ya, Andreas Dittmann, for keeping that distance.
Oh no, hell, look at this. Lars Hamp is closing in on Andreas Dittmann. The gap is now just 2.2 seconds.
Now's the time Andreas Dittmann has got to dig deep and find a little something extra to keep Lars Hampa at bay.
The way these cars grip the track is incredible. It's all about downforce. They're stuck to it like a piece of gum to the bottom of a school desk. Hold the chair, hold the phone. Oh, mate, that's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right life, but definitely entertaining. Look at YOV, trying to close that gap on Sunrider. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. It's a game of strategy now as YOV hunts down Sunrider. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
The chase is on. Lars Hamp's breathing down the neck of Andreas Dittmann.
With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, Lars Hamp is pushing the Porsche 911 RSR 2018 to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on Andreas Dittmann.
Blimey, Lars Hamp's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
It's as intense as a Barbie in midsummer out there for Sunrider. They've got their eyes on the prize and won't settle for second.
Exactly, Rob. It's like aiming for that home run in the bottom of the ninth. Swing for the fences and don't look back.
Sunrider's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, YOV.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Lars Hamp is proper nipping at Andreas Dittmann's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Sunrider is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Sunrider is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
Jury U wants to close that gap with Mr. Bang. With a move that's swift, I'd say Jury U's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. Hold on a second, Mr. Bang has decided to pit. You can feel the rumble from here. Sunrider's in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
A great pass for Sunrider as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, YOV has lost ground.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Sunrider needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
You know, Hal, as a former racing driver yourself, can you give us some insights into what goes through a driver's mind in these quieter moments in the race?
Sure, Rob. During these moments, drivers often take the opportunity to assess their race strategy, monitor their car's performance, and plan their next move. It's all about staying focused and finding the right time to strike.
We got a close battle as Patrick Schwanz closes in on Smells Like Weed. A great moment for Patrick Schwanz, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Here's the thing about racing, sometimes it's not just about speed. It's about pressure, mind games, and this, right here, is a masterclass from YOV. Sticking so close to the leader, making him constantly aware of the imminent threat.
Spot on. It's like a shark circling its prey. The leader knows it, we know it, and by the looks of it, Yoff is ready for the kill.
Yogi shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to first just like that.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
Huge shout out to the admins at Assetto Corsa friends for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Rob, and the excitement is palpable. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Yoff, in second, is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close. I reckon YOV can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
Big gains for YOV as they move up the field, leaving Sunrider behind.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. YOV needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
Good day, viewers. If you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Sunrider is in second and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear-view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Sunrider is surely smelling opportunity here.
Looks like Sunrider remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to YOV, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. Speaking of gambles, mate, what's your take on these mid-race fuel stop strategies? I reckon it's like deciding when to throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Timing is everything, like deciding when to pull out the moonshine at a family reunion. Wait too long, and you'll miss the party.
Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Sunrider's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused, putting everything on the line for a chance at victory, pushing themselves and their machines to the limit.
And let's not forget about the incredible machines themselves.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think about the kind of engineering and innovation that goes into making these vehicles. But it all comes down to the drivers, who have to be able to handle the power and speed. It's going to be thrilling seeing how this race turns out.
Mate, Megasaurus 55 cruising up on Sunrider like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear. The drivers are showing their mettle today. It's a privilege to witness their skill on this challenging track.
The stakes have never been higher. This is a battle of skill and nerves.
That's right. These drivers are really pushing themselves to the limit, and it's incredible to see the level of focus and determination they're bringing to the track.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of courage to compete at this level, and these drivers have it in spades. Let's hope they can keep it up and give us a race to remember.
I'm sure Sunrider in second is starting to notice Megasaurus 55 is right on their tail and is still closing their gap. Can they hold on to their position?
I've seen Sunrider in tight spots before, but Megasaurus 55 is breathing down their neck.
Yeah, reckon it's tighter than a Sydney parking spot right now. A commanding performance from Sunrider, who has increased their lead over Megasaurus 55, putting them firmly in their rearview mirrors. But could they be pushing too hard? As with that comes the risk of overconfidence and losing control. Who will be the first to get too cocky and end up in the wall? You ever see a croc stalking its prey? That's the energy Sunrider's bringing right now, ready to strike when the moment's right.
Kinda reminds me of a linebacker waiting for that perfect moment to make a game-changing tackle. The anticipation is intense, and Sunrider's not letting up.
I tell you what, Sunrider has got more problems than a maths book right now. YOV. He's leaving them in a cloud of dust. Stone the crows. Megasaurus 55's managed to clean the gap with Sunrider, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they put down their gear.
This ain't Megasaurus 55's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If Sunrider ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
And Megasaurus 55 has just won the place from Sunrider.
Yo, it's not just about speed, it's about strategy. But right now, Megasaurus 55's showing a masterclass in both.
Sunrider has just put in a faster lap than YOV, so that's going to give them something to worry about.
Dang nabbit, Sunrider's bringing some serious thunder with that lap. Wonder if YOV felt that tremor.
Things are getting spicier. Smells like wee is breathing down Jerry Yu's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. Did you ever think about the physics at play here? The G-forces these drivers feel, especially during tight corners. It's mind-boggling.
Absolutely, Rob.
Braking development. Stone the crows. Sunrider's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass. Megasaurus 55 is locked in, mate. It's like watching a kangaroo chasing down that last bit of green in the outback. Every move is calculated, every turn precise.
You said it, Rob. Over here, it'd be like a quarterback eyeing that end zone in the final seconds. Megasaurus 55 is hungry for that top spot, and you can feel it.
By the looks of it, Patrick Schwann's reckons Spa-Francorchamps GP had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one.
I reckon.
Stop the press. Patrick Schwann's is bidding. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Smells like wee is breathing down the neck of Jerry Yu, not giving him any room to relax. Hold on a second, it looks like Patrick Schwann's has been called into the pits. This is like the state of origin for Megasaurus 55, going full tilt, gunning for the top, and not holding back.
And on my end, it's the Super Bowl vibes all over. Inches away from glory, and every move counts. Hold on to your hats, folks, this is racing at its finest.
Gee whiz, Megasaurus 55's getting some solid torque out of those corners. Braking alert. Whoa, Megasaurus 55 took the corner like my Uncle Bass after a six-pack, all over the shop. Oh, this is getting intense. Patrick Schwanz is just behind Mr. Bang.
Should things go south between Patrick Schwanz and Mr. Bang, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
You reckon Megasaurus 55's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
With Patrick Schwanz on the hunt, Mr. Bang better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Patrick Schwanz for nabbing sixth.
Well, slap my knee and call it a jamboree. Patrick Schwanz is putting on a masterclass, storming into sixth.
Hal, what's the impact of tire degradation on race strategy? How does it affect a driver's approach to the race?
Tire degradation plays a crucial role in race strategy. Rob, teams and drivers have to consider the
Hold up a mo, YOV, is in the pits. There's no escape now. Mr. Bang is breathing fire and has locked onto Patrick Schwanz's tail. The race, sorry to cut in here, Megasaurus 55 has pulled into the pits. It's a nail-biting showdown between these three drivers. Their nose to tail, pushing their hold up a mo, YOV, has decided to pit. It's a game of inches now as Sunrider tails Mr. Bang closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
It's a battle for position as Sunrider tries to make a move on Mr. Bang. This is what racing is all about.
Superb driving from Sunrider, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
You know, back in Carolina, we say, go big or go home. Looks like Sunrider took that to heart, hitting third.
Hold on to your hats. Patrick Schwanz is gunning for Sunrider. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bench?
With the way Patrick Schwanz is stopping Sunrider, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
A brilliant maneuver from Patrick Schwanz, who has just moved up the field.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Patrick Schwanz is charging like a bull in a china shop. Welcome to third, cowboy.
Struth, Patrick Schwanz has taken a bit of a tumble down the order to fourth. Must have missed the memo.
Races are full of ups and downs, kinda like my Aunt Patty's porch swing. Patrick Schwanz will bounce back, no doubt about it.
The action is non-stop as YOV shadows Mr. Bang through every twist and turn, determined to claim fifth. You can feel the rumble from here. Smells like wheeze in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
Smells like wheeze on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Jury you like a dingo after a roadrunner. In your experience, Hal, what was the most important aspect of managing tire degradation during a race?
The most important aspect, Rob, was maintaining a good balance between pushing hard and conserving tires. Finding the sweet spot between aggression and tire preservation is key to optimizing race pace and strategy.
This is what it's all about, folks. Patrick Schwanz is in hot pursuit of Sunrider, who's just trying to stay ahead.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
Remember when we thought Patrick Schwanz had peaked? Think again, they're harnessing every bit of downforce that's making Sunrider's moves awfully busy.
Exactly what Patrick Schwanz needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Sunrider.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Smells like we is closing in on Jerry U. Oh, Lars Hamp went off track? I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend.
Spa-Francorchamps. GP is always a test for these drivers, and sometimes that's the way it goes.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Sunrider is sniffing around Patrick Schwanz like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of third. I swear, Sunrider's on the prowl, making the leap to third look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners, it's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
Haha, I bet they were. But things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely. It's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Boy, Patrick Schwanz's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curves smoother than a croc sliding into water. Sunrider's got a battle ahead. Phew, talk about foreplay. Gebhardt and YOV are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date.
The gap's closing, the clock's ticking, and the finish line awaits its champion.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Blimey, the talent on the track today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah, and just like those kangaroos, these drivers can really hop into action. You reckon they've got a pocket full of secrets?
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Mr. Bang is chasing Patrick Schwanz in P4. The best laid plans of mice and men are hell, but it's certainly not going to plan for Mr. Bang right now as they are struggling to keep up with Patrick Schwanz. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Patrick Schwanz is not letting Sunrider have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Sunrider, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate. Good news for Patrick Schwanz, the gap to Sunrider has decreased. It's now down to 1.0 seconds.
Patrick Schwanz's suspension setup's really letting them carry speed into the apex, catching up to Sunrider like molasses in winter.
Blimey, Andreas Dittmann is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Andreas Dittmann, I'm thinking the same.
It's not looking good for Andreas Dittmann. They are still behind Megasaurus 55 and the gap is increasing. They are gonna need to dig a bit deeper to turn this around. So, when you were racing, ever have to do the old nature call dash during a red flag?
You mean a pit stop for the driver and not the car? Once or twice, you learn to time your brakes, and hope for a long caution doesn't always work out though.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Good on ya, Mr. Bang. Not letting Patrick Schwanz get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a bidet mate on the next corner?
It's a dance of titles, a symphony of engines, and Mr. Bang's tempo is rising.
The gap between Mr. Bang and Patrick Schwanz is widening. It's now up to 3.0 seconds. full in pursuit as Patrick Schwanz is right behind Sunrider, keeping the pressure on for third place.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
The gap between Patrick Schwanz and Sunrider is growing. It's now up to 1.1 seconds. Look at that gap. It's smaller than the difference between Vegemite and Marmite at this point. Smells Like We in second is giving the leader no room to breathe.
Mate, it's so close. I reckon Smells Like We can tell what brand of deodorant the leader's wearing. The next few laps are going to be pure, unadulterated racing magic.
The gap between Smells Like We and Jerry U is getting smaller.
Just what Smells Like We needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let your you out of sight for too long.
It looks like Patrick Schwanz is in control. They're ahead of YOV by over a second, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged anytime soon.
Look at those tires on Patrick Schwanz's car. They're gripping the asphalt like an eagle on a trout. Yo's got their work cut out for them.
Tough break for Patrick Schwanz, who has just lost a position.
Well, change is the only constant. And in this dance, Patrick Schwanz is certainly keeping us on our toes with that position shift.
Smells Like We's in an exciting position at second. They've been maintaining pace for a few laps now, and with the leader just within a whisper's distance, things are heating up.
Absolutely. I think you would say it's tighter than a kangaroo with a sleeping bag up there. But yet every little decision now is crucial. One slip from the leader and our champ in second might just steal that top spot.
Bloody oath, Smells Like We is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Jerry U down to a scant 0.6 seconds. Andreas Dittmann's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast. And at least I woke up with a kebab in hand. Mate, Andreas Dittmann's really giving it a burl out there, ripping it up like a croc in a waterhole.
I tell ya, I haven't seen that kind of ferocity since my days at Indy. But you Aussies, always gotta bring up the wildlife, huh?
It's as intense as a Barbie in midsummer out there for Smells Like We. They've got their eyes on the prize and won't settle for second.
Exactly, Rob. It's like aiming for that home run in the bottom of the ninth. Swing for the fences and don't look back.
It seems like Smells Like We is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here.
You ever see a croc stalking its prey? That's the energy Smells Like We's bringing right now, ready to strike when the moment's right.
Kinda reminds me of a linebacker waiting for that perfect moment to make a game-changing tackle. The anticipation is intense, and Smells Like We's not letting up.
The gap between M. Gebhardt and YOV is razor thin as they vie for fifth in this nail-biting contest. Ripper of a move. M. Gebhardt's not just in the race, they're owning it. Today, fifth.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, M. Gebhardt just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to fifth and sizzling.
Fair dinkum, mate. Smells like We's got to pull their socks up. They're dawdling around like they're lost in the outback while Sunrider's blazing the trail. The adrenaline is pumping as YOV gets within striking distance of M. Gebhardt in their race for 5th.
If YOV isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning wheel. And trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Sunrider's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. Jerry Yu wants to get into Sunrider's slipstream.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone, you know the rest.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
It's a battle of nerves now. Who will make the first mistake? Megasaurus 55 or YOV? This is high-stakes racing.
This is a thrilling moment in the race, with Yoff in 6th defending their position with everything they've got. But Megasaurus 55 is relentless, and the gap is less than 0.4 seconds. It's anyone's position at this point.
Every time YOV checks their mirror, they've got to be thinking strategy.
Spot on. It's like a chess match at 300 kilometers per hour. Every race has its highs and lows. Today, YOV acquaints themselves with a new perspective at 7th. It looks like Patrick Schwanz is pushing hard to catch up to YOV. The gap is over a second, but Patrick Schwanz is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on YOV? The gap between Smells Like We and Mr. Bang may be wide, but that doesn't mean Smells Like We is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
That's right, and Mr. Bang knows that they have to keep pushing hard and driving their own race. They can't let Smells Like We off the hook.
Smells Like We is holding onto this lead like a possum up a gum tree, but Mr. Bang is closing in, down to 3.5 seconds. You know, Hal, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Ron. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
Oi, M. Gebhardt, might want to chuck AUEY. With Megasaurus 55 at close, we think you owed them money. And between us, I know a bit about that.
If racing was a rodeo, M. Gebhardt's riding that bull and not letting go.
Haha, down under we'd say they're clinging on like a possum in a gum tree. Bloody hell, M. Gebhardt's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 4th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
I tell you, M. Gebhardt's hotter than a peppered pickle right now. Bold and spicy, claiming 4th like a champ.
Tell ya what, Jerry Yu's got more followers right now than I do on Insta. Which, to be fair, isn't saying much. It's an intense battle for position as YOV tries to outmaneuver Jerry Yu. This is edge of your seat racing.
If YOV pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during the race.
Yovi's showing off some serious moves, making Jerry Yu look like they're dancing with 2 left feet. It's a brilliant day for racing here at Spa-Francorchamps. GP, I'm really enjoying this.
This race is truly epic. What a treat to be sat here witnessing this spectacle.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Oh mate, Lars Hamp's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the barbie.
Well, butter my biscuit. Lars Hampa's hanging back like they're waiting for an inheritance. But ain't nobody dying up front.
Gee whiz, yoff, he's breathing down Jerry Yu's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Jerry Yu's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. YOV is putting the pressure on your view. It's like watching the cat stop the bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
Yoff is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 6.03 seconds down. With every twist and turn, Mr. Bang is shadowing Smells Like Weed, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt. Hold on to your hats, folks. Yoff is right on the heels of Jerry Yu, and we're in for a wild ride.
That's right, YOV is determined to pass Lord Yu and secure a higher position.
Yoff and Jerry Yu have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.5 seconds now. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Mr. Bang's just rocketed into second.
That kind of move? That's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
Seems like Smells Like Weed is getting in range of Mr. Bang. It seems like Smells Like Weed is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Mate, I've always thought choosing a tyre compound is a bit like choosing your favourite Aussie beer. Do you go for something robust that can last, or something that gives a quick hit but might wear out fast?
Well, I reckon it's more like our North Carolina barbecue sauces. Some like it sweet and long-lasting, others prefer that quick tangy kick. But I'll tell ya, getting it wrong is like biting into a pepper when you're expecting a blueberry. Smells Like Weed's lap time slower than a rood with a limp. Wonder if they've had a few too many frothies last night. Mr. Bang's not waiting around to find out. Daggum, Smells Like Weed's spinning their wheels like a chicken with its head cut off. And Mr. Bang, like a kid in a candy store, leading the pack.
Things are heating up as YOB closes in on Jerry Yu. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
At this rate, Yoff and Lord Yu are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
It looks like Sunrider has found another gear in the last sector of the race. And there it is. Sunrider has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match. Impressive second place finish for Mr. Bang.
Intense race, but Mr. Bang held their nerve and earned a great second place.
What a race from Smells Like Weed, showing their skill and determination for a great third place finish.
Impressive driving to secure that spot.
4th, 5th, and 6th is Megasaurus 55, Ngebhardt, and YOV. Followed by Jerry Yu and Patrick Schwanz in 7th and 8th. Andreas Dittmann in 9th. In 10th, it's Lars Hamp.